Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have Sports News episode 59. So we will be covering the four major sports plus college football. So starting off in the NHL, the season started, and so starting the Seattle Kraken got their first NHL win. And it was still their only win of the season, and it's a 4-3 win over the Nashville Predators. So currently the Kraken have a record of 1-2-1, meaning 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 overtime or shootout loss. They don't play a home game until Saturday, October 23rd, which is this coming Saturday. So they start the season with 5 games on the road. The Rangers placed forward Kakko Kaapo on the injured reserve. So in the NHL, when a player is placed on the short-term injury reserve, they have to remain on the IR for at least a week, and then they're eligible to come off. And Kakko was placed on the IR with a upper body injury. Vegas Golden Knights forward Max Pacioretty is week to week with a lower body injury. Brady Tkachuk signs a 7-year, $57.5 million contract with the Ottawa Senators. He was with the Senators last season, and he re-signed with them as a restricted free agent. Defenseman Charlie McAvoy signs a 8-year, $76 million contract with the Boston Bruins. Avalanche forward Nathan MacKinnon cleared the COVID protocols and will make his season debut tonight against the Washington Capitals. Lightning forward Nikita Kucherov is out indefinitely with a lower body injury. He is expected to come back sometime this season, and Lightning coach John Cooper said it's not a day-to-day thing. It's a very serious, it's like a serious injury, and he'll be out for, it seems like, an extended period of time, but not the whole season. Sharks' Evander Kane is suspended 21 games without pay for violating COVID protocols. So now he's not eligible to play till November 30th, and he will lose a little over $1.6 million. Let's go over to the NBA. Suns and forward DeAndre Ayton failed to agree to a contract extension. So Ayton can no longer get an extension because the deadline for 2018 first-round picks in the NBA draft to sign an extension on their rookie deal was Monday. So he is no longer able to get an extension with the Suns. However, Grizzlies and forward Jaren Jackson Jr. were able to agree to a 4-year, $105 million contract extension. Zion Williamson will miss the first week of the season recovering from off-season foot surgery. So the season starts today with 2 games. The Nets are going into Milwaukee to face the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks, and the Warriors are going to Los Angeles to take on the Lakers. Let's go over to the MLB. So the Yankees are bringing back manager Aaron Boone on a 3-year contract, which includes a team option for the 2025 season. So the ALCS and NLCS are currently going on. Starting off with the ALCS, the Red Sox are up 2-1 in the series on the Astros in a best-of-7 series, meaning first to win 4 games advances. The Red Sox made history yesterday when Kyle Schwarber hit a grand slam. They're the first team in MLB postseason history to hit 3 grand slams in a series. In the NLCS, the Braves have a 2-1 series lead. The Braves won games 1 and 2 on walk-offs. Game 1 they won on an Austin Riley walk-off single. And in Game 2, Eddie Rosario hit the ball up the middle, and it was off shortstop Corey Seager's glove into center field, giving the Braves the win. I think the Dodgers are able to come back. I think they probably will come back. And I think we're going to see the Dodgers in the World Series. Let's go over to the NFL. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield has a totally torn labrum. It's fully torn. He expects to play through the injury, and he says it's his decision whether or not he's going to play or not. Browns running backs Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt have both been ruled out for Thursday Night Football against the Broncos. Chubb was not placed on the injury reserve, whereas Kareem Hunt was placed on the IR. Bills tight end Dawson Knox broke a bone in his hand in the Monday Night Football loss to the Tennessee Titans. There was no timetable for his return, but he's not expected to miss much time. Titans first-round pick cornerback Caleb Farley tore his ACL and will miss the remainder of his rookie season. Ravens offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley will miss the remainder of the season after undergoing ankle surgery. Vikings place cornerback Patrick Peterson on the IR with a hamstring injury. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott suffered a calf injury when he threw the game-winning touchdown pass against the Patriots. It is not a serious injury, and it looks like he's going to be okay and play the next game. Doesn't seem like he's going to miss any time. Cowboys cornerback Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Diggs' brother, ties an NFL record with 7 interceptions in his first 6 games in any 6-game period. So 7 interceptions in 6 games. That's a lot of interceptions because some people don't get 7 interceptions in a season, and Diggs has it in 6 games. Let's go over to college football. LSU and Coach Ed Orgeron agree to part ways. Coach O will leave after the end of the season. BYU suffered their second upset in a row. This time they were upset by Baylor 38-24. Despite the loss, BYU quarterback Jaron Hall actually had a great game. He was 22 for 31, 342 yards and a touchdown through the air. And he had 8 carries for 26 yards and a touchdown. And he had lots of rushing yards taken away due to sacks, but he did have a 56-yard touchdown run. Baylor had a great game running the ball as a team. They had 47 carries for a total of 303 team yards and 4 touchdowns. Utah upset Arizona State 35-21. Utah is now staying in contention for the Pac-12 South, because if Arizona State won this game, it would be pretty likely we would be headed towards a Oregon against Arizona State Pac-12 championship game. But now Utah is staying in contention for the South, and they may be playing in the Pac-12 championship. But there's still a long way to go in the season, so it's pretty open for anyone. But the 2 favorites for the South are Arizona State and Utah. Speaking of the Pac-12, and I think their best team, Oregon, they survived against Cal with a 24-17 win. They were forced to make defensive stops to end the game on 4th and goal. They were without star running back C.J. Verdell, and backup now starter Travis Dye had a great game filling in for Verdell, and he will actually be filling in for Verdell for the rest of the season, because Verdell has a season-ending leg injury. But Dye had 19 carries for 145 yards and 1 touchdown. LSU upset Florida 49-42. LSU was able to run the ball. They had 321 team rushing yards, and running back Ty Davis-Price set a school record with 287 rushing yards, breaking the record of 285 rushing yards set by Darius Geis. And in the game, Florida blocked an LSU punt, and the LSU blockers, they looked like they were just standing there, and they let Florida run right past them and block the punt. Florida scored on a Hail Mary touchdown to end the first half. And at the end of the game, LSU scored, then Florida got the ball, and Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson threw a game-sealing interception for LSU. Auburn upset Arkansas. Auburn quarterback Bo Nix had a great game. He went 21 of 26 for 292 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Ole Miss holds off Tennessee for the 31-26 win. This game actually had to be delayed because fans were throwing debris onto the field. However, Ole Miss did end up with the win. Alabama bounces back from their upset loss to Texas A&M with a 49-9 dominant victory over Mississippi State. Bryce Young had an outstanding game. He was 20 of 28 for 348 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oklahoma State beat Texas 32-24. Texas star running back Bijan Robinson had an amazing game, 21 carries for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns, and 3 receptions for 38 yards and a touchdown through the air. Oklahoma quarterback Caleb Williams made his debut starting, so he took the starting role over from Spencer Rattler, who was actually a preseason Heisman contender, as Oklahoma beat TCU 52-31. Williams had an amazing game. He went 18 of 23 for 295 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air, and on the ground he had 9 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown. Georgia easily beat Kentucky 30-13, and Kentucky looks like they could very well be the third best team in the SEC, behind Georgia and Alabama. So I thought the third best team would be Florida, but it's looking like it's going to be Kentucky, because Florida is not looking as good as I thought they would be preseason, because they were upset by Kentucky, and now they just lost to LSU. So it looks like Kentucky is the third best team in the SEC. Purdue upset Iowa. This was the ultimate letdown game for Iowa. So a letdown game is when a team is coming in off a great win, and then they're playing an opponent that's not that great, and then they lose that game. So last week Iowa beat Penn State, and then this week they were upset by they were upset by Purdue. And Iowa quarterback Spencer Petras threw a game-sealing interception late in the fourth quarter. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you later today for my NFL Week 6 recap. So like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you later for my Week 6 NFL recap.